Hey, my name is Savannah, and I'm reading for the part of Claire Lodge.
I am releasing my first album titled The Fainting Couch, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Claire Eleanor Lodge. I was born in London, England. My parents are Constable Douglas Payload Lodge, a ranch hand, and Mrs. Darley Cooper Sappington Lodge, a warden of swans and linguist. At a young age, I took a quick interest in crying, eating food, laughing, and eventually walking and talking, which I still enjoy to this day.
My family were all members of a subsect of the Protestant religion known for its bizarre speech that closely resembled glossolalia. That is until a member of the church pointed out that everyone in the congregation was holding their Bibles upside down. At age 5, I began attending the Emily Post Academy of Staring Daggers and graduated at age 15 with honors, receiving badges in foot archery, turning my head quickly, humming melodies to songs, and eating sandwiches with the crust. My first job was at her grandfather's store, the Superfluous Impedimenta Surplus, where I was responsible for illegally purchasing foie gras.
While working there, I met my first fiance, Rediger Fortworth, an identical triplet whose two other brothers are known worldwide as suspects in a double murder investigation in St. Paul, Minnesota. They're often referred to as the Twin City triplet double murderers.
While attending college, I began playing guitar and formed my first band called Different Sandwiches. We added the different to the name due to there being another band called The Sandwiches 2 towns over. We dealt with your average band rivalries of that era, such as who has the biggest guitars, how many members of the band own trampolines, and whose guitar tuning spells the funniest word. There were some good ones.
Our first real show was opening up for the Not So Thin Lizzy, an obese Black Irishman that played Thin Lizzy covers poorly and loudly.
While exploring the music world and making connections, I became pen pals with my favorite minimalist composer, Philip Glass. However, our friendship was short-lived, and I quickly stopped replying to him as he just sent the same 4 notes over and over. An interesting fact: Glass's father is the famous movie soundman, credited with being the first person to drag a needle off a record to inform the audience something funny just happened. Unfortunately, he was released from his studio contract after he turned in a cut of a film where he used this gimmick 144 times. But as they say, God never closes a door without opening a window. God sounds like a horrible roommate. Hey buddy, how about you pay the air conditioning bill this month?
This led to Glass and his father working on a project that his contract normally wouldn't have allowed. The two of them crafted an unforgettable score using only a slide whistle. It was a documentary about failure. Like many young women in college, I began experimenting with LSD out of boredom. I began experimenting with the LDS, the Church of Latter-day Saints. I won't bore you with the details, but I had some great pranks that included my magic underwear.
After graduation, I was hired as a gag writer for the Peppino brothers, Filbert, Cocoles, and Sandpaper Peppino. As you are probably well aware, are a famous comedy team that have released numerous screwball comedies over the years, such as Corn, Can't Get Enough, Dad's Cough Syrup, and Aardvark Headquarters.
My first big joke that made it into a film was this one where a really fat broad is at a fancy dinner party and she screams, causing a man's glasses to shatter, then a vase cracks, then a wine glass breaks, then the camera pans over to another unbroken wine glass wearing headphones. Okay, so I currently live in America most of the year and spend some of my time back in London. I am married to this dude that I met at a store one day when I needed to buy some new socks. We have a son, he's named after my favorite French filmmaker and my favorite American movie character, Francois Robocop Lodge.
We have a son named after my favorite French filmmaker and my favorite American movie character, Francois Robocop Lange. I write a monthly column in lousy Reader's Digest and film criticisms for this snotty-ass film journal with some dumb French title. And I use my biology degree to cover the hole in my office wall where I hide candy.